In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 4 ways that you can be hands-off with your Airbnb business. The idea with starting your own business is you want to have the freedom to do whatever you want. You don't want to be stuck at that business grinding away just as you would be at a day job. One thing that I want to make very clear before we get into this video is that anyone who starts a business from the ground up, they have to put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and that's something that you can't avoid. That's something that is necessary in order to succeed. The main point of this video is geared around the business model to where you can outsource certain tasks and you could be hands-off with it after you've already put in the work. So the idea with passive income and the idea with making income without actually putting in the man hours for it is you do the work up front and then you reap the rewards later. Essentially, you're just eliminating the instant gratification of working and getting paid instantly. So guys, that's just one thing I want to make very clear. And with this business, it is real estate based. It is revolved around real estate. Most real estate properties are passive. And therefore, I think this is why this business model works so well hands-off. One thing I want to make clear is that you can open your mind to actually hosting remotely. You could host from a location that's maybe farther away from you once you have a system in place. Now guys, from the get-go, I recommend you get in there and you learn the ropes yourself. You learn everything that you possibly can on your own. Once you've built up enough confidence, you can go out and start hiring people and start delegating tasks to other people and services. With all that being said, anyone who starts an Airbnb listing or anyone who starts hosting on Airbnb, they want to be there and make sure that they get that superhost status. That's kind of like the first thing off the checklist. Get in there, get those bookings early on, and make sure that you satisfy the customer. Anyone getting started shouldn't be out there delegating tasks to a cleaning service right off the bat if they want to have that high performing listing. Not everyone wants to be hands off with their listing. I know a lot of people choose to actually stay there and maintain it because they know the quality of work that they're putting in. I myself am like that. But if it comes to the point where you want to go on a trip or you want to take a family vacation, or you're just simply sick and tired of cleaning the place yourself, stay tuned for this entire video because I share 4 ways that would really help you and help keep things hands-off. Being hands-off, you know, it's a choice. Some people love interacting with guests. Some people love being in their business and being involved. And some people would just choose to have it the other way around, where they're not there as much and they're more focused on having free time to do other activities. So I'm making this video now because I recently experienced a really lengthy period of time to where I wasn't at the business and things went really smoothly, things went really well. And I'm gonna make this video now from my own experience. You know, I don't wanna ever talk about something that I have not experienced myself. Everything I talk about from my own experience. And that's something that, you know, you guys could witness firsthand. You guys just watch me grow as I learn more about the business, as I'm more involved. You know, as I see things develop, I'm going to share them with you on this channel. Anyone who's interested in learning more about Airbnb and learning more about how to do rental arbitrage with Airbnb, you guys can join my Facebook group, Airbnb Mastery through Rental Arbitrage. Just go type it in on Facebook, find it there. There's a great community built around that Facebook group. A lot of people are answering questions on a daily basis. So you guys, if you have more questions, go ahead and reach out to me in there, or go ahead and ask a question. Someone's bound to answer it. So since I started my Airbnb business in August 2018, there have been 2 months out of this time frame that I've actually been away for extended periods of time. Now, going away for a week or going away for the weekend, you know, that's something different. The reason I say that is because if you have like a 3-day booking, you can go ahead and be gone for 3 days and not worry about anything going on at the place. The thing you want to focus on when traveling is the check-ins and the check-outs. That's kind of like the key time frame where you want to make sure that you're getting in there and getting everything cleaned and getting everything ready for the next guest. So that's why that time frame is very important. So for us, checkout is at 11 and check-in is at 4 o'clock. And therefore, that little window we have is the time that we need to get in there, clean the place, and get the place looking brand new for the next guest to check in. That's the most important part of the business. I think everyone needs to focus on that, you know, with all of their attention, because the attention is in the details. You don't want to leave the place looking unclean. You don't want to leave the place looking like used. The first thing you can do to minimize the amount of turnover you have is focus on longer bookings. This is going to be beneficial to you in many ways, but as far as you being hands-off, I think having longer bookings and focusing on getting your place booked for longer stays is definitely going to be an easy way for you to be more hands-off with your business. Let's say you have a bunch of one-night bookings, you know, back to back. You have to get in there and clean the place and get it ready for the next guest every single night that a guest checks out and you have a new guest checking in. This is going to be a lot to deal with cleaning. Let's say you're the one cleaning the place yourself and you have a few dates back to back where it's just single night bookings. You have to consider that you have to put yourself in the position to clean the place and get it ready for the next guest each and every time, or you have to pay somebody to do that, which could be very costly for you in the long run. So one thing you can do is focus on making a calendar set up to the point where you have a 2-night minimum stay, or focusing on having your price set up to the point where guests book for a longer period of time because you incentivize them with a discount or something of that sort. The entire month of June, like I showed in my previous video, we had a few really long bookings. I think we had a few, like 5 guests book the entire month out. So therefore, that was something that helped us a lot while we were away. We didn't really have to deal with, the check-in and check-out process as much. Let's say if we had 10 guests or 12 guests. The second thing you can do, and this is very obvious, and I think a lot of people do this regardless, is automate your check-in and check-out. This is a great way to operate your business. I think most listings already have the automated check-in and check-out process, but if you don't want to be there to check your guests in each and every time, then it'd be wise to get like a keypad entry or something to where you don't have to be present for the guests to enter the property. This may seem very obvious, but it goes a long way, and there's very helpful locks out there. One I really like to recommend is the Nest and Yale lock. You can manage it from your smartphone. You can constantly change the code for the new guest with your phone, and you can do that from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. That's a very easy and effective way to manage your check-in and check-out option. But the point is, you don't want to be there to check your guests in and out. So that'll definitely give you more time away from your business. And this is something you guys should consider right off the bat. If you guys are getting your first listing, try to go for the best lock out there, which I think is the Nest and Yale Smart Lock. You guys will definitely love it. Number 3 in this video is automating your temperature control and your climate control. Some of you guys may have thought of this before, some of you guys may not even know it exists, but guys, it's 2019, technology is crazy, it's innovative, and you can now control the temperature in your home with your cell phone. Nest provides something called the Nest thermostat, and you guys can find this online. This feature gives you full access to adjusting the heating and cooling from your cell phone. This works very well when you're traveling, because if a guest happens to leave and you have a few nights in the calendar that are not booked, you don't want to leave the AC blasting. Let's say the guest forgot to turn the AC off. You don't want to leave the AC blasting or the heat cranked all the way up. That's going to drain your electricity bill. That's going to really come back to bite you in the butt with utilities. So having this option to control the AC and control the heating with your smartphone is a very helpful one, especially if you want to outsource everything, and especially if you want to be hands-off. Like I said, once again, Nest makes this very sleek, very cool thermostat to where you can control it with your phone. It gives you a reassured feeling that you're not going to be spending too much on utilities. From my experience, I myself have ran into guests who just leave the place like a freezer, and that ends up being really expensive for us at the end of the month with utilities. If you guys really want to optimize your listing and you guys really want to make the most out of it and every dollar counts, then definitely invest in one of these Nest thermostats and you won't regret it. The fourth thing that you can do to be as hands-off as possible is obviously outsource simple tasks. Have a great outsourced cleaning service, and have, let's say if you have a lawn, if you have a property, have somebody to take care of the landscaping and mow the yard for you. The best way to do this is to hire independent contractors. You don't want to hire people on payroll. You just, at first, if you have 1 listing or 2 listings, a couple listings, especially if they're single family homes, you can hire somebody to mow the lawn and obviously clean the place in between guests. Now, I advise you guys find someone that you trust and that knows exactly what your standard of quality is, because you don't want somebody doing a lazy job turning over the place and then you get a guest that's not happy with how clean the place is. A lot of great hosts know that having a clean place is important. Therefore, it's very important to have somebody you trust that you know is going to do a great job. So just to recap, you focus on longer bookings. This way you don't have to deal with guests moving in and out. You don't have to worry about the turnover. That's just going to make it a lot less of a headache for you. And then you can obviously automate the check-in and check-out with a smart lock, and then automate the temperature control with a smart thermostat. And lastly, you want to have someone you trust to clean the place and take care of your property while you're away. Guys, this is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very informative. Once again, I've been able to experience a lengthy time away from my Airbnb business once again, and things weren't great. You guys can watch my last video and see kind of how the month did with me being gone. Starting your own business is all about having freedom, and if you're stuck at your business and it's tying you down to a location, then that's not ideal. Personally, from my experience, I wouldn't want to be tied down to something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more of these. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. For any of you guys who want to learn more in detail on how to get started with Airbnb, I put together this course. So I'm gonna go through some of the curriculum real quick, guys. I go through a step-by-step process, and I talk about mostly everything you would need to get started, right? I definitely think you guys should check this out. I give you tons of information, and I'm adding information to it as as we sit here. I'm currently working on a bunch of curriculum to add to it. Once again, guys, if you want to just take action today, you'll have complete access to me. Just consider like a one-on-one mentorship. I'll be able to answer questions for you guys in detail and in depth, maybe even schedule a few phone calls. So guys, I recommend you check it out, and I'll see you guys there.